Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy For Now. It's me Isabel here with your new reading vlog. I'm collabing with Bethany over at Beautifully Books Bethany for this one. We are both working on clearing our currently reading shelf because we both have too many books on it. So you'll notice in a lot of vlogs I've been starting things, not finishing them. It is time to finish the things. There's one book on here I may not finish for this video, and that's okay because it's a member's pick. So currently I have 6 things on my currently reading shelf. So I'm going to go in order from oldest to newest. First of all, I have Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I think that's right. I'm loving this. I've loved it. I need to just start listening to a chapter a day again, and I fell out of that practice. So I would like to finish it sooner than later. I am almost halfway through that one. I'm 47% through it right now. So I definitely think I could make some solid progress. I would like to get to maybe 75% during this vlog and then wrap it up not long after. The other book I'm reading is Snapdragons by January Rain. This is a book I have debated DNFing repeatedly. The only reason I have not DNF'd it is it keeps getting more bonkers. I actually read some while I was sick. Like I managed to read a couple pages and I kind of lost my mind at what I read. Basically, this book is pick a struggle for me personally situation because our hero gets injected with the serum and turns into a monster. He has like a weird dick situation happening with like tentacles coming out, and he is a vampire, gargoyle, shapeshifter, ghost. There's a lot happening, and I'll update you on that one in a few because well, I read some while I was sick, and at first I was like, am I losing it on the good cold medicine to treat my symptoms? And friends, I was not losing it on the good cold medicine. It happened. So there's that. I'm also reading this author because they are attending Villains and Vixens, and I got a book from them for free during a Stuff Your Kindle day, and I don't know if they're for me, is where we're at right now. Then I have Don't Call It Mystery Volumes Omnibus. Then I have the Don't Call It Mystery Omnibus Volumes 1 and 2 to read. I'm halfway through it, so I honestly should knock this one out pretty early in this vlog. I read volume 1, I read like a couple pages of volume 2, and I just have not picked it back up. Ideally, I'll pick that back up. I'm also 40% through Zom Romcom right now, and I love it. And I just got it in from the library, so I can switch from the Penguin Random House app that I have, where I can listen to their audiobooks at 2 times speed, to the library at 3, and honestly probably knock it out pretty quickly. If you like Olivia Dade and you like her writing and her humor, I think you will like this book. If you don't, I don't think you will like this book. If you haven't liked her previous works, like this one's not going to work for you either. And then I have Trials of Conviction by T.A. White. This is the 5th book that is out in the Firebird Chronicles. I have listened to like a chapter, and I need to finish it. It's another long one, and I do just need to knock it out. So this is another one where I might not finish it in this vlog, but we're going to try to. Again, it's 6 books, so I think I can finish them all in this vlog, but we'll see. And then last but not least, we have Dirty Pucker by Sarah Smith. This one I'm reading for the hardest reading challenge ever, and because of that, I will not be DNFing it. I only have 2 hours left on the audio, and I'm 34% in. It's a shorter audio. I think it's only 9 hours, 10 hours and 12 minutes at full, like at 1 time speed, and my brain could never listen to it at that speed. If you do, that's fine. Like there's no judgment. My brain just cannot handle that, right? So I started this one right before I left for New York because I needed a book that I could maybe fall asleep to and like would be whatever about. And I kind of couldn't fall asleep because it was another book that I felt like was not great. Like I think we're looking at a 3-star, if that situation here, like a 3-star for me, if that situation. Because they are just too horny for each other, as I discussed in the last vlog where I talked about it, and they're also just weird. It's weird. I don't know. I just don't think this author's writing is for me. At the end of the day is where we're landing, and that's okay. I got the arc from Libro, so it's like I'm going to listen to it and go from there. Plus it can count for an August release, I think, for Hardest Reading Challenge, because the audio got released in August. So I'm figuring kind of, falling perfectly in the middle here of where and what's going on. Otherwise, yeah, that's my currently reading shelf. I'm going to throw it to me and Bethany in person to talk to you about our Trova trip real quick, and then I'll be back to talk to you about these books as I read them.
Hey y'all. Hey. We're in person. Izzy's in New York. Really weird. Strange thing meeting here. Wild. Wild so running into Bethany here. A few years. This is definitely the last time we saw each other was in Nashville. It was on the big girls trip we did. That was so fun. It was fun. We want to talk to you real quick during this collab video we're doing about the trip to Costa Rica coming up. Deadline is approaching. It is October 7th to sign up. We still have 5 early bird spots left though. 5. So if you've been thinking about it, I feel like now's the time. Now would be the time. Come hang out with us. We'll chill in Costa Rica post holidays. We'll read. We'll talk books. We'll talk tea. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Sure we'll have tea. You can ask me anything you've ever wanted to ask me. If I'm in person with you, I'll tell you. I'll spill the tea. Honestly. That's usually what happens. What happens. There's not much tea to spill, but you never know. I might have a fun fact for you. But yeah, come hang, have a bookish community gathering with us, and just get some time to read and refresh post-holiday season. We're really, really excited for the trip. We really want those 5 spots to sell out. Yes. So that we can make it happen and actually go and hang out with y'all. Yes. We're really excited about it. And for people concerned about it, because I know we get questions sometimes, it is going to be at one resort, so there's not a lot of like traveling around the country, but we'll do some chill activities. We'll have a spa day. And if you want to come a day early or leave a day later, you can add on through the Trova Trip website, add that on to your stay pretty easily, and it's not that much more expensive either. No, it's not. So, and we will have like a Discord set up or something going somewhere for everyone to talk to each other before the trip so we can get to know each other. We'll have a book club planned, a book swap planned. So like it's going to be a fun time, but it's also going to be calm. Not a lot of adventuring. We have a small hike we're going to do, and that's about it. With some waterfalls in the jungle. And volcanoes. Probably. I think it's near a volcano. It's near a volcano but not up the volcano. Not up the volcano. No. Near the volcano. Near a volcano. I cannot be allowed up a volcano. That's dangerous. Not. I fall in parking lots on flat ground. It's fine. But it's fun. We have this book picked, which is a YA contemporary novel by a indigenous Costa Rican American author, which seemed appropriate. Yes. We're excited, and we would love for the trip to happen. Would love to have y'all come with us. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. The links are down below if you want to go and do it. Sign up, come hang out with us in person. Yeah. We're fun in person. We are. Honestly, probably funner in person than on video. It's a giggle fest. It's fine. But yeah, everything's down below. If you have questions, reach out to either of us. We're happy to answer them. And Trova also has a support thing if we can't answer the question. So we can give you that email. Absolutely. But we hope to see you there, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. Bye. In my downtime recovery, I've started reading Snapdragons today, and I'm up to 60%. And I really should just DNF this book. And you should understand, I should DNF this book. But the author keeps doing the wildest things that I'm like, well, I cannot DNF this book. I have to know what other wild things she's going to do, because our heroine slept-walked her way outside, climbed our gargoyle statue as the sun was setting, got onto his dick, and then he came to life and flew them back into the house or whatever and boned her, bit into her arm and took out her birth control and like bones her through her sleep, basically, because she doesn't wake up. I don't know. Anyways, they're mated. He has now went and bought her a car, trashed her car, so she has to take this gift card that she does not know who it's from, because she doesn't know he's real still. There's also a threat of her ex who had had her kidnapped and chained up in the beginning of the book, which I read in another vlog. Again, I should DNF this book. It's not been good. I do think I'm deleting the 3rd book that I got for free from her, but I cannot look away from the car wreck, I am locked in to an extent I didn't expect to be during this at all. But yeah, I'm up to 60%, and I'm honestly just going to keep sitting here and reading it tonight until I finish it, probably. So there's that. I don't know if I'll get back to you before I finish it, but I feel like I just have to know what happens. I have to get there. I have to see what happens. And I hate it. I hate it for myself, because I just want to release this book, because it's just too many struggles. As I talked about in the intro, he's got too much going on. And because of that, I'm like, this is just ridiculous. Oh, he also knotted her, and his dick turned into fucking stone with a knot. And that sounds awful. I'm sorry. No, I did not need that also.
It didn't need to be there. It really didn't. But it was. And here I am, still reading this dang book. Anyways, I'm going to get back to it. I will talk to you soon. Okay, so I was trying to wait till I finish this dang book. I have 13% left, but we have to talk about Snapdragons and what I read last night. Because now, this morning, I'm finishing the book. Okay. Y'all, this book. So first things first. At 80%, he finally reveals his true form to her. So they have been boning while she's been sleepwalking this whole time. And at 80%, she finally sees his full, form. And earlier, literally a chapter before that, she was in the yard planting snapdragons. And the mailman was flirting with her and trying to get her to go out on a date with him. And she turned him down. And her gargoyle statue made crunching noises because it's turned its head. So then when he reveals himself, she goes, "Oh, you're the gargoyle from my yard, girl, you are on the run from your ex who you thought was dead and is not dead and was basically trying to kill you and hold you captive. I need a stronger will to live here. Just a little bit stronger will to live, please." So yeah, that happened. That was a thing that I've just read. I am now literally 13% left. I'm going to finish this book. It is a 2-star book for me. I like a bonkers book. I like a thing that I don't know where it's going, but it has to make sense. And I don't feel like this book made sense. Unfortunately for me, it did not make sense. And it sucks because book 3 is a female monster. So I was actually pretty interested in it, but I think I'm done. I think this very read is going to reignite me and my reading things, I think. Sometimes I feel like a bad book will put you in a better reading mood. So that just might be what this does. Yeah. I need a better will to live from this girl. That's all I got right now. I need a better will to live. That would be so fantastic. Anyways, I'm going to go read some more. I'll be back. That was god awful. Listen, I have some friends who loved it. It was not for me. I felt like by the end, it's only a 285 book, number one. It's only a 285 page book. And it took me 2 months to read it. Again, I should have DNF'd it. I had assignment reading, aka book clubs come up, which is part of what took me so long to read it. But even saying that, it was so messy in not a good way. I felt like by the end of the book we had weird additions to the story, and I guess I'm assuming they tie into the other book, to be honest, because I did read this as a standalone basically. I love a gargoyle romance. This was not a gargoyle romance for me. I think it had too many struggles going on here personally, and that made it less enjoyable. But I also just think the writing wasn't great, and I don't know, so many elements of it really just bothered me in a way I didn't expect them to. I really did think I was gonna have fun. A lot of people where I got the rec from, I saw some mutuals that liked it, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll be for me. And it was just this is not my kind of monster romance. I'm here for a combo. I love the alien vampires. I like a combo, but this, I don't know. I also think it just really lacked some of the world building stuff, and also our heroine, Mickey. That too killed me. Her name was Mickey, her sister's name was Minnie, and her brother was Milo. And I was like, this is confusing. This is too many M names. But some of the stuff with Mickey's ex, Ty, who abused her, was also just really drawn out too long, I feel for the book itself. Yeah, I'm giving it 2 stars. I'm glad it's done. I'm glad it's over. I'm down to 5 books on my currently reading shelf now, so we're gonna keep plugging away. I don't know what I'm gonna listen to next. I think everything else but one is an audiobook, so I'm gonna pivot to an audiobook here while I put away some laundry. I don't know what one. Maybe Zom Romcom. Part of me says T.A. White, because that's the one I barely started and have the most time left in. So I may do that so I can try and finish it sooner than later. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll let you know when I decide here in a few. But thank goodness Snapdragons is done. Thank goodness. I figure I will update you on Zom Romcom because I am 68% through it. I have 3 minutes left in the chapter I'm on right now. So that's fantastic. I'm loving it still. I think this is just a really fun book. I think it's gonna be a solid 4.5 for me. I already like Olivia's writing. I already like her comedy and stuff, her humor. Like, it works for me. So this book is working for me in the same breath. You know, like, that's not surprising at all. Do you think we've had enough, like, I think what also I'm really, really liking about this book and getting from Olivia, which is very different than her other books, is there's nothing keeping this couple apart. They are literally a end of world situation, like a action couple, right? So there's nothing like mentally keeping them apart necessarily. It's more like the world physical stuff keeping them apart. But we've went past that and we've had some fantastic boning scenes already, so I loved that, of course. And yeah, I'm just having a good old time with this. I really like this book. I like an hour and a half left, I think, and I'm pretty excited to read it. So I will probably continue working on it here. Grumps is doing like some outside work since it's not as hot right now. It's still hot, but it's not as hot. So he's doing outside work. I'm gonna listen to this book and get ready for bed, like wash my face and stuff, and edit this video I just filmed. So there's that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Zom Romcom. This one could work for people that maybe don't always like Olivia's stuff, but don't find her writing like they find her writing promising and her setups promising, but they don't always work. Maybe you need this where it's an external struggle versus internal. I could see that. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish this because this will put me down to four books left to read. So that would be fan-freaking-tastic. But yeah, that's all I got right now. And I'm actually feeling leaps and bounds better. So like that's been really nice today. So yeah, I'm gonna get some more reading in before I go to bed. Okay, I finished Zom Romcom this morning, like the last 30 minutes, because I listened to a chapter in bed last night because I didn't want to stop, but I also am just like boom asleep right now. So there's that. But oh my goodness, I loved this book. I'm giving it a solid like 4.5. I really liked the blend we had happening here of monster and like of various paranormal beings and them being a battle couple. Like truly that for me worked really, really well. We also had a great sacrifice made and I loved that moment. I also just adored the fact that our hero goes by Mac. But Olivia talked about this at the event for Zom Romcom that I went to in New York at the Riptobatis, but basically for years he was called Gaston and it was no problem. And then next thing you know, out comes this movie and he can no longer be called Gaston. And the songs that Edie makes up to the tune of the Gaston song, it's gold stars all around, because you cannot have that name and not do that joke. Like I just don't think that would be right to do. So I was very, very happy all around with the outcome of that and how the joke went and the ways in which she did the songs. They were so funny. But yeah, I thought it was really fun. I love that we get like no exact date of his age, but we do get like hints to how long he's been alive randomly. But yeah, I really like this. I think it had just the perfect balance of some comedy for me. I don't think it's a rom-com, but I never think any book that has rom-com in the title is a rom-com. So I may not be the best person for that statement, but I think the title was just supposed to be silly. And that is exactly what it did. It was a silly book. And I truly had an absolute blast with it. It is a 4.5 for me. I'm so glad I have the special editions with like the 2 cover options, because that was also fantastic to have. But yeah, I really loved it. And I'm so happy I finally finished it. And I enjoyed the audiobook narration. Personally, it worked really well for me. I do listen at such a high sped up speed though that I think sometimes that helps me not notice quirks as often with narrations that others may notice at a lower speed. So there's that. But I had a good time. On to the next one, which is Dirty Pucker. I'm going to finish this because I don't want to read it and I want to DNF it. But I'm not DNFing it because of the hardest reading challenge. I could burn points, but I'm not burning points on that yet. I'm saving my points. We are not far enough into this challenge for me to use my points yet. I will probably allow myself to use points once a quarter is my thought. But for now, I would like to just finish this one because it fits for this month's bonus prompt. So I'm going to go back to Dirty Pucker and I will update you very, very soon when I have some more thoughts on it. Okay, so I finished one more of my books, which is Don't Call It Mystery. I had half of this to read, which is volume 2. And I was really intrigued because I knew we were taking a pretty big pivot from volume 1, where he was accused of a crime, to somehow him stumbling into a crime. And then by the end of this, we've got kind of an idea for where we're headed, and at least I'm assuming 1 to 2 more volumes, if not more. I really liked this. I really am intrigued overall by where Tonto is gonna take us on his little, like, weird mystery-solving self. I really liked volume 2, though. Basically, he's kidnapped in a bus hijacking where they think they're being kidnapped by a serial killer that's on the loose, but in fact, some other things are afoot that I'm not going to spoil for you because I think it was a really fun reveal. But yeah, I really liked this. And then the end of it was the intro to kind of our next mystery arc. So this was really fun. If you want to try this, I think this is a great josei to give a shot because it is very different than a lot of other mystery mangas that I've read. And yeah, I'm really, really curious to see where we go in the next omnibus with 3 and 4. So that's been fun. I'm going to go listen to Dirty Pucker. I have like an hour and a half left, and I will update you on that in a few because I would like to listen to a little more, and then I'll give you my update because I think I've listened to 20-ish% today. So ideally, I could get maybe 60% in, and I'll give you the update. So I'll be back to talk to you soon, and that'll be when I finish Dirty Pucker. I only have 2 books left. That's so freaking exciting. I cannot wait to get these books off my TBR, or off my currently reading shelf. So I have under an hour left in Dirty Pucker, and I have to update you a little bit here. I thought it was like a 2-star read. It's maybe a 3. It is a very, very mediocre hockey romance, in my opinion. There are moments that I love, which was like she's on her period and he comes over and she hadn't sent the text, and he like goes out and buys her any and every snack she wants. He gets her like her favorite to-go dinner and all these things, and like he's chill about it. He doesn't make her feel gross. I love a caretaking. Then she also returns a caretaking because he is dealing with a situation where his dad, who's been out of the picture, is suddenly trying to be back in the picture and is harassing his mom and trying to break into the house that she owns. And that's part of why he came back to this team. Now, my issue with this book has been that like they were way too horny for each other initially, but now like as we progressed in the book, it's made more sense that it's pretty smutty. Like it's pretty sexy. Like this book has a lot of sex scenes in it. So not the worst thing I've ever read, but also like it's not really giving me anything new or different for a hockey book that I haven't already read, which is fine. I mean, it's hard to surprise me in a genre I've read so many of as far as romance subgenres go. But yeah, it's been fine. I'm really curious what the third act situation is going to be because I don't think it's going to be a breakup. Actually, I think it's going to be dealing with his dad. I'm hopeful that's the case. I really don't want to break up. But yeah, I have under an hour left. So like our third act thing has to be happening very, very soon. Like sooner than later. So we'll see. But yeah, so far it's been like literally fine. Like that is the best way I can put it. This is an okay book for me. And I'll be done with it very soon, which is great. And I cannot wait to see what I think when I'm done. But yeah, for now, I'm going to listen to the last hour and I'll update you. But I'm sitting at like a solid 3 right now. The intro of it really it hasn't been redeemed for me enough at the end of the day, really. I wish it was. Like, I expected this to be a, like, better than it is read, I guess. But I really have no knowledge of this author or of her books. Besides this arc I got. So there's that. But yeah, I enjoyed the caretaking. I've enjoyed some of their like relationship dynamics as we moved away from the just boning parts. So that's been interesting, but it's just not like, I don't know, it's not a book like I can't put down or I'm like so hooked in on. So for me, that's just like a 3. Like it's just fine. So there's that. But yeah, here comes Emily. I finished Dirty Pucker last night and it's a 3-star. I think the end of the book got a lot better than the beginning of the book was overall, but I also just don't think it was that good. I'm really surprised it has a 4-star on Goodreads, to be honest with you. I just don't think this hockey romance was nearly as good as others I've read. I did like where we went with the end of it, as far as no third act breakup and it involving stuff to do with his mom and why he moved back to Denver, and a content note there for like childhood abuse and stuff. But I liked that. liked that a lot, but I did not like a lot of the rest of it. Like, I think the last half of their chemistry was great. The first half, though, it was just, like, not there, really, in the same way that I wanted it to be. And, again, it was like they were, it felt like they were just too horny for each other at the beginning of this book. And then the last half, it felt like they developed more of a connection. And I can do insta-lust. I can do bang you really early in a book, but it just felt like there was no build-up. Like, it felt like it just kept staying that for too long in the story. So yeah, I'll give it a 3. I don't think it's like the worst thing I've ever read, obviously. Millie, stop. But it's also not a series I'm going to continue or read more of from this author. I just don't think her writing's for me at the end of the day. Hold on, we have to move so Millie can get on the couch. Come on. Here's a Mills. Anyways, yeah, so it's just not necessarily my favorite thing at the end of the day. So there's that. On to Trials of Conviction, which I'm very, very excited for. I am almost halfway through it, so that's fantastic. I'm further than I thought. I thought I was a lot more behind than I was. So I'm hoping to knock that out, and then the only thing left on my list will be Braiding Sweetgrass, which I'm not including in this vlog. I will be getting Braiding Sweetgrass finished this week, though, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go film my video and then go back to reading. Okay, so I am 74% through Trials of Conviction. I have under an hour and 20 minutes left, I think, give or take. I'm guesstimating. We're well under an hour and a half now. So I will be finishing it today, and I'm really excited for it. I love this book. I really am enjoying it. I cannot give you too many details because this is book 5 in a series, but we end on a rough cliffhanger in book 4 that had me pretty sad, but also not ready to jump into book 5. So it's taken me a minute to like finally finish book 5. But basically there's been some kidnappings, we'll call it, and we're navigating a lot of that situation. I've been a little stressy about it. I am really honestly just loving this book. Like, it's so good. And I continue to love it. Like, I think it's just such a fantastic sci-fi romance. Definitely more sci-fi than romance at times, but there's a very strong romance plot throughout. So, like, that's really nice. I am really excited to continue reading it and see what we think at the end. So I'll update you in like an hour and a half when I finish. We'll see how that goes. But for now, oh, so good. And then when I finish, I literally will have 2 things left on my currently reading shelf. One is for another video project, and one is Braiding Sweetgrass. So a win all around that I will be that caught up again. I can't wait. Okay, I'm gonna go keep listening. I'll be back in a bit. I'm here to tell you that I finished Firebird Chronicles, Trials of Conviction, the last book that is currently available, which did come out at the end of 2023. The authors had twins since then, so I assume we've got a bit of a wait. But I think the series is fantastic. I'm not going to tell you too much about book 5 because, like, I'm not going to spoil it, okay? Like, there's no point. Like, that's not nice. But what I do want to tell you is that book 5 ends in such a way that I'm okay. Like, I'm okay waiting however long it takes. We are good here. This is a good ending. Book 4 would not have been a good ending. Book 5 is a good ending. I love this series. I think it's fantastic. I feel like T.A. White does a great job blending romance and sci-fi. It gives very Ilona Andrews vibes. If you like Ilona Andrews, I feel like you would really like this series. I think this is the closest vibe match I think I've really ever gotten to an Ilona Andrews, to be honest. So I'm happy this is done. So this is what my currently reading shelf looks like now. I am still working on Braiding Sweetgrass. That I'm hoping to finish up this week, hopefully. I didn't talk about it here much because members pick, and honestly, I didn't read much of it during this, but I'm picking the practice back up of reading it. In fact, when I'm done here, I'm going to go listen to my chapter for today. That's happening. But also, I'm reading another book that I'm already 70% through. So it feels like, for me, maybe, clearing my currently reading shelf kind of kick-started my regular reading again a little bit, because I think I was staring at that shelf like I needed to read these, like I need to finish these books and not start new books, or I need to DNF them, and I didn't want to DNF most of them, which I feel like was productive not to DNF. They were all good books, so I'm glad I didn't DNF. But yeah, like I kept being like, I want to read this or I want to read that. And no, I need to finish things and just not committing. And I feel like committing for a week here was perfection for my brain and my currently reading shelf in general, because honestly, when I get over about 3 books, I tend to kind of lose it and lose focus. So continuing my thing of one ebook, one ebook, one audiobook, and then a manga. So I tend to only have 3 things max on my shelf. Manga usually only lives on my shelf for an hour also. So there's that. But yeah, I try to keep it pretty even keel. I would love to know how you manage your currently reading shelf. Are you meticulous about it? Do you let it pile up? What do you do to take care of that shelf? Because I feel like a lot of people have very different practices when it comes to their currently reading shelf. You will notice if I'm reading a lot of manga or certain things in a day, I'll just start marking things as 99%. And that's so I can go back and review it when I'm able to, or if I'm on a trip, I do that too sometimes. So it just depends on my mood, or if the app decides not to work and I'm traveling and or not near my computer, I often will mark it as 99% and then circle back around when things are working again. I would love to know how you manage your currently reading shelf personally, and you know, if you're good about it or not. If you don't want to do any of that, you can leave me a spaceship emoji, since we ended with a sci-fi book. I feel like that makes sense. Or an alien. Take your pick. Links to all the books I talked about down there. Links to the Trovo trip for you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave those down there. Links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am. And I will catch y'all in just a few days in my next video. Bye.
Already packing. Come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we wait